I welcome you all here tonight. I'm just going to start with a very informal conversation that the Dean and Director, Dr. Farooq Abbas, will have with you. This is sort of your chance to ask him any questions that you have, and his chance to tell you the work that he has done. Thank you again, and we look forward to a wonderful evening. Over to Dr. Farooq.
Such a lot in the last 10 years that I thought I would take this opportunity to remind all of you who were there before that it is a very, very different place now. You may not know that at this point IBA has 3,800 students. Now most people, when I tell them how big IBA has become, are very surprised, because when their memories of IBA are of a place where 500 to 600 students, depending on when this was. We have some people who were in classes as small as 50. But in the last few years, we have decided to expand and diversify. And IBA now has, of course, it is still a good business school, but it is more than a business school. We have several new departments that offer a variety of degrees, and so IBA has become much more accessible. At the same time, we also have made efforts to improve the quality of technology at IBA. So that's also something we're very proud of, because in these days, a good education relies on having a lot of modern IT, a lot of IC, information and communication technology available. That helps in the teaching process, and we have invested a lot in that. We're also investing a lot in faculty. We now have, there was a time when IBA only had one PhD, and that was the director. At this point in time, we have 118 full-time faculty, and almost 67 at last count were PhD holders. So we are essentially on the move. We are becoming a more diverse institution. We have invested a lot in faculty strengthening, faculty quality, and of course, as I mentioned before, we have done a lot in terms of the infrastructure. Anyone who has not been at IBA Karachi for the last 6-7 years should just come and take a look. You'll be surprised at how the place has been transformed. Now let me just stop here and invite anyone who has a question or a comment or anything to share. Please, let's take this 10 minutes before we start formally and officially. Let's take this opportunity. Yes, if you raise your hand, somebody will give you a mic. Nope. All right. Well, we are still available if at a later point in this session you would like to find out more about IBA. If you have a question about the IBA's current academic philosophy, about its plans and its potential, we'll be very happy to talk to you. My colleagues and I, would really like to give you all the information you need. We also have brochures and the like outside, so you can pick up some of that. Very good. Okay. Oh, we have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can't hear you without the mic.
When you were coming to Dubai here, are you planning a chapter of the IBA in the UAE, or is that somewhere in your plans, or no, this is only meet the people exercise?
Yeah. At this point, it's frankly aimed as an awareness-raising exercise and as an exercise in getting in touch with alumni who have been here, who are established here. That's the only objective at this stage.
I see.
I am aware of other Pakistani institutions that have a campus here. I'm in touch with them. If it turns out that there is a strong demand for that sort of investment, we would be happy to consider it. But at this point, our objective is mostly awareness raising and a meet and greet with the alums. Very good. Well, we will follow up I think in about 10 minutes we will start. Is that right? Okay, very good. Great, and we're around, we'll be networking, so if anyone has any questions to ask, please find us and we'll be happy to talk to you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to be seated, please. May I request everyone to be seated, please, so we can begin the event. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. Our esteemed guests, on behalf of People, Pakistan Executive Organization for Promotion of Entrepreneurship and Leadership, and IBA, Institute of Business Management, I welcome you all to the 2018 Corporate Engagement event. We would like to begin tonight's event with the national anthems of UAE and Pakistan. So I request all the guests to please stand up in respect of the anthem. Both delighted and honored to present a truly distinguished guest of honor today, namely His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan, who will be joining us shortly. I'm extremely honored to have His Excellency Mr. Shaukat Aziz, former Prime Minister of Pakistan, His Excellency Mr. Muhammad Zubair, Governor Sindh, Pakistan, and His Excellency Mr. Mozam Ahmed Khan, Ambassador of Pakistan to UAE. Also, we have Dr. Farooq Iqbal, Dean and Director of IBA, along with several other dignitaries. I would like to thank the team of People and IBA who have put their efforts together in organizing this auspicious event, namely Mr. Kashif Khan, Danish Rizvi, Mr. Danish Qazi, Azim Akhtar, Wajiha Malik, Samiha, Malahat, and Arsalan. To shed more light on People and today's event, now I would like to invite on stage the founder and president of People, Mr. Kashif Khan, to come on stage and share his views.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome. Thank you very much for taking the time out this evening. I know it's the middle of a weekday, but we really appreciate that you guys came here. And I would like to welcome especially IBA University, the most prestigious university in Pakistan. Welcome to Dubai. We are here to celebrate leadership, entrepreneurship, and education. This year, the year of 2018, is the year of Sheikh Zayed, and Sheikh Zayed's principles and dedication to United Arab Emirates was on the grounds of humanity, charity, education, and leadership. And that's where we are. This evening is about celebrating Sheikh Zayed's year of achievement, and we again welcome on behalf of People. People is Pakistani executive organization for promotion of leadership and entrepreneurship, and the mandate is saying what the name suggests: to bring the entrepreneurs, leaders, business leaders from United Arab Emirates, from Pakistan on one platform. Once again, thank you very much for being here, and we look forward to a very exciting and interesting evening. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Kashif Khan, for your remarks and insight on people, its values and vision. Moving on, I would like to invite Mr. Danish Qazi, who's the founding member president of IBA Alumni UAE chapter, to please come on stage and share the role and vision of IBA Alumni UAE chapter.
Assalamualaikum. First of all, on behalf of IBA Alumni Chapter UAE, I'm thankful to all those who are attending us today. We are thankful to His Excellency Mubarak visiting us. We are thankful to His Excellency Mr. Shaukat Aziz, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, to be gracing us in this event. We are thankful to His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Zubair, Governor Sindh, to be gracing us for this event. We are thankful to Dr. Farooq Iqbal, the Dean and Director, for gracing us with this event. And we are thankful to all the Board of Governors, dignitaries, senior professionals, IBA graduates, non-IBA graduates, all the Pakistanis who are all present here, the team, Pakrachi Kings team, to be here, who are present here. We are thankful to them to come and grace us this event today at this August evening. IBA Alumni Chapter was founded back in 2008 and 9. We have over 800 graduates who are living in UAE, and we are looking forward to take advantage of this occasion by reaching out to all of you, not only from IBA, but also not from IBA, and Pakistanis to come forward, contribute with us, and contribute with us to build this community stronger. IBA Alumni Chapter UAE is part of Pakistan Association of Dubai. Pakistan Association of Dubai contributes significantly to the various activities, social activities, welfare activities for Pakistanis living in Dubai. We, IBA Alumni Chapter UAE, are very proud to be associated with Pakistan Association of Dubai and thankful to them for helping us organize this great evening today. We're also thankful to the IBA team coming from Karachi, including Shahid Shafiq Saab, Jami Saab, Malahad, and the team. If I miss out any name, please don't take it wrong. But everyone who worked day and night very hard, along with People's team, including Kashif, Nadia, and Danish, to make this event a success. Lastly, it's our obligation as a community here to work positively and help build not only UAE, but a strong image for Pakistanis living in Dubai. And we would hope that all of us who are here today will help us augment that message, augment that vision, augment that impression in the future. With this, I would like to welcome again all of you. Thank you so much. Signing out, Danish Qazi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danish, for sharing your views on the vision of IBA Alumni UAE. I would request, we will be we're going to be actually presenting you a video on giving you more insight on Institute of Business Administration.
The Institute of Business Administration, Karachi. From being the first business school outside North America to a premier institution of higher education in South Asia, the IBA remains the foremost choice for students who demand only the very best in educational excellence. The IBA takes pride in the fact that it imparts knowledge and high-quality education. Established in 1955 with technical support in its first 10 years from the faculty of Wharton School of Finance, University of Pennsylvania, and the University of Southern California, the IBA continues to anticipate the demands of the future, ensuring that its faculty and students stay at the forefront of global progress. Regarded as one of the finest business administration degrees, both at undergraduate and graduate levels, the IBA has molded its programs to help students develop a range of analytical, conceptual, and operational skills required for the rapidly changing corporate world. The Computer Science Department enables the students in critical thinking and finding creative solutions to technology-based challenges by offering bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees. Realizing the need for policy planning and a growing market for economic analysts, the IBA offers programs in economics and mathematics from undergraduate to postgraduate level. With distinguished faculty members in its social sciences and liberal arts department, the IBA offers a 4-year degree in political science, psychology, and media and communication studies, reinforced by a host of elective courses in literature, history, culture, and philosophy. The IBA's Accounting and Finance degree at the undergraduate level provides its students an opportunity to take up positions in financial institutions or become chartered accountants in future. All this is made possible by a faculty which is par excellence. At least 55% of them hold PhD degrees either from foreign or local reputable universities. Over the years, thousands of professionals have benefited from short courses and diplomas through various IBA's Centers of Excellence. IBA's Aman Center for Entrepreneurial Development helps visionary youth and professionals in harnessing their hidden potential for enterprise. Believing that avenues of progress should not be limited by age, gender, or time, the Center for Executive Education at IBA enables executives and professionals to enhance their competitive edge with a range of programs in skill development and cultural growth. The Center for Excellence in Islamic Finance at the IBA caters to professionals in emerging disciplines like Islamic finance by offering diplomas and master's programs. The Center of Excellence in Journalism, in association with Northwestern University's Medill School of Journalism and the International Center for Journalists, Washington, D.C., is catering to the demands of young journalists trained in a state-of-the-art facility at IBA's City campus. The Ardeshir Kavasji Center for Writing has been set up to augment the academic publications of the faculty and the students. The Center for Information and Communication Technology provides distance learning, unified communications, data center, and campus solutions and has implemented latest technologies to various organizations in public and private sector. The IBA has a number of strategic relationships and student exchange programs with international institutions such as Imperial College London, Sabancı University Turkey, and Tsinghua University China, to name a few. Not only that, the International Resource Center continues to attract bright minds across the globe to study as well as teach at the IBA. IBA believes that a bright mind deserves every opportunity to succeed. Students are evaluated for their potential and promise. Scholarships, grants, and other forms of financial aid are provided to future corporate leaders from the generous funding IBA receives from leading corporate and banking entities. The Career Development Center and the Alumni Department help the students as well as alumni in securing career opportunities and develop professional linkages. But life at IBA is incomplete without its share of fun and games. With state-of-the-art recreational facilities, students are encouraged to explore their talents in extracurricular activities, especially sports, with some making it big in international forums. There are a number of societies in the IBA which are managed and run by the students and where they undertake a host of diverse activities which help them develop their professional faculties. Recognized as leaders in the corporate landscape both in Pakistan and abroad, IBA graduates embody confidence, professionalism, integrity, and a progressive outlook. IBA is a symbol of excellence, and we instill this excellence in our graduates.
Ladies and gentlemen, apologies for the glitch as we couldn't present the video on the other screen. I believe technology can be unpredictable sometimes. Well, His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan will be joining us shortly. We are just waiting for him to please join us and we can proceed with our awards ceremony. You video from IBA, which will be showcasing their National Talent Hunt program.
My name is Nadeem Hussain and I graduated from IBA Karachi in the year 2014. I was an NTHP scholar at IBA. My story looks very normal to people, but इस कहानी का आगाज़ और सफ़र कदरे मुश्किल और मुख्तलिफ था. I was born in a village and was raised in an urban slum in Karachi. My father works at a local wire factory and he has been working in the same factory for the last 35 years. He could have never thought of sending me to a top-tier university until the IBA NTHP team visited our school in the year 2008. उनकी ज़िंदगी का सबसे खुशी का दिन वो था जब उनकी फैक्ट्री के जो सेठ साहब हैं, जो मालिक हैं उस फैक्ट्री के, उन्होंने मेरे वालिद साहब को बताया कि उनकी बेटी का भी IBA में एडमिशन हुआ है जहाँ पे मैं अभी पढ़ता हूँ. IBA नेशनल टैलेंट हंट प्रोग्राम जैसे प्रोग्राम इस मुल्क में जो क्लास और फाइनेंशियल बैरियर्स हैं तालीम में, वो ख़त्म करने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है.
One of the benefits of the NTHP program to IBA, one of the reasons why we engage in this program, which is fairly resource intensive for us, is because it adds to the diversity of the student body at the IBA. We believe that diversity contributes to tolerance, that people who know each other, who talk to each other, who sit across from each other, begin to appreciate each other's concerns, opinions, views, lifestyles, and objectives in life.
The role that I'm currently working in, I could have never thought of it if it was not for the IBA National Talent Hunt program.
मुझे अपने अंदर यकीन होने लग गया।
NTHP मौके रहने वाले।
NTHP मेरे ख्वाबों की तकमील।
NTHP मुझे लाया उन्हें मेरे लिए जिया हुई।
NTHP empowered me through education.
NTHP मुझे ज़िंदगी गुजारने तरीकों से सिखाया है।
NTHP کمکم کرد تا شخصیتمو بسازم.
NTHP made my dreams come true.
NTHP ने मेरी शख्सियत पर काफ़ी मुस्बत असरात मुरतब किए।
साड़ी जिंदगी बढ़ गई।
To come on stage and share his views on Pakistan Association Dubai. so much, Mr. Faisal Ikram. Just shortly, His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan will be joining us. We will just take a slight break till he joins us. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan is here. Please be seated so we can welcome him. Speaking of true leaders, His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan, who is not only a true leader in the UAE, but also considered as a true leader of and friend of Pakistan, have joined us. thank you so much, His Highness Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan, to join us. His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan is the Minister of Tolerance. He's been a strong patron of the UAE and Pakistan friendship. His Excellency's Dhabi Group is one of the largest investors in Pakistan. He's also the founding chairman of Bank Al Falah. His Excellency has held a number of other government portfolios, including Minister of Higher Education and Scientific Research, Minister of Education, and Minister of Culture and Knowledge Development. We invite His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan to kindly come on stage and share his views.
Your Excellency, Shaukat Aziz, Mr. Muhammad Zubair, Dean Iqbal, Mr. Ghazi, alumni of the Institute of Business Administration, people of the people, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. You can find yourself a seat, mister. Sit down, please. As always, I'm honored to be with you, citizens of Pakistan, outstanding representatives of our Pakistani brothers and sisters living and working in the United Arab Emirates. Your achievements in finance, business, information technology, education, and the professions are well known to us in Dubai and the UAE. You have contributed immensely to the success of our country. In this year of Zaid, we can pay special tribute to our nation's founder by saying that he knew what he was doing when he sought the help of talented and ambitious Pakistanis and welcomed them to live and work in peace and prosperity under our UAE Arabic tent. I join those of you who are currently enriching our country and welcoming those of you who are visiting tonight from our brotherly country, Pakistan. You are always welcomed here. Likewise, you have welcomed me in particular in your dear country. Underlying my enormous respect for Pakistan is the way in which we communicate with each other. We follow the lead of our nation's founder, the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who described his approach to international relations, and I quote, "We have a duty as head of states responsible for their people to deal with one another on the basis of tolerance, compassion, and dialogue, rather than with the language of confrontations, wars, and destructions." Those attributes of tolerance, compassion, and dialogue mark our relationship. They enable us to recognize our shared interests and values. They enable us to transcend national boundaries. They enable us to resolve differences. They enable us to do business. Two of the values that we share have been identified by my dear friend, His Excellency Shaukat Aziz, as his core values, namely merit and integrity. None of you in this room would be here tonight if your competence had not earned the confidence of your colleagues. You do not do what you do poorly. On the contrary, your skill and your work has elevated you to your current positions. Your integrity has ruled your actions. Corruption has no place in the lives of true leaders and entrepreneurs. Honesty promotes the trust and confidence necessary for authentic success. My dear friends, your assembly this evening is billed as a cooperative engagement event. That phrase reminds me that you engage not only each other, but also society at large. The well-being of society really depends on your merit and integrity. Your goods of services must be wholly worthy. Your actions must be wholly honest. You do much to set the moral compass for society. Your ethical vision must be fully informed and sensitive to the needs of others. When Sheikh Zayed extolled the attributes of compassion, he knew that it demanded a gaze far beyond his inner circle of family, friends, and associates. His tolerance encouraged him to know other people, rich people and poor people, Emiratis and non-Emiratis, old people and young people, stuffy bureaucrats and sweating laborers, women and men, Muslims and non-Muslims. His tolerance created compassion. His compassion informed his decisions and actions. Today, those of us privileged to receive the benefits of higher education are likely to enlarge our sense of compassion because a good education carries us far beyond ourselves. I was pleased to note that the curriculum at the Institute of Business Administration is dedicated to that journey of discovery. Dean Iqbal has written that IBA is, and I quote, now much more than a business school, with an expanded portfolio of programs, including accounting and finance, economics and mathematics, computer science, social sciences, and liberal arts, and with the newly established Centers for Journalism and Islamic Finance. The Institute is well placed to fulfill its mission of developing potential leaders, generating innovative ideas, and promoting creative solutions that address the needs of Pakistan, the region, and the global community. That variety and scope of studies at IBA emphasize the reality that a successful and respectable business is far more than a business plan, however necessary that plan is. Your work, whether in the United Arab Emirates or in Pakistan or in the global economy, touches the lives of others and profoundly affects the society in which you work. I say again, you do much to set the moral compass of your communities. Therefore, it is no surprise to me that people and IBA have collaborated tonight to celebrate the year of Zaid and to promote and acknowledge leadership and entrepreneurship and highlight the importance of education in building a successful nation. Yours is a moral undertaking marked by tolerance, compassion, and dialogue. It cherishes merit and integrity. I thank you for your achievements, for your contributions to the global community, for your commitment to human well-being, and for your moral vision. The UAE is grateful for your competence, your character, and to be fully forthcoming, also your cricket. We are proud to be your friend. And last but not least, my warmest congratulations to all the awards recipients. The awards bring into focus your excellent achievements and give us a chance to thank you and appreciate your contribution to our services. Tonight's celebration is an expression of both our pride and our gratitude. By honoring you tonight, we declare that we are indeed inspired by your fine example. Thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you. Thank you again for the opportunity to address you this evening. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, to share your kind words. I would now request Mr. Kashif Khan, President of People, to join on stage for the award distribution ceremony. And I will also request His Excellency, Mr. Shaukat Aziz, to please join us on stage as well too for the awards distribution ceremony. Without any further delay, I would now like to begin the award ceremony by requesting His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan to present the first award of Leadership in Ethics and Social Responsibility to Ms. Iram Raza. Ms. Iram Raza is the Chief Risk and Compliance Officer at the New York University, Abu Dhabi. She plays an instrumental role in upholding the Statement of Labor Values through a number of compliance activities and initiatives. A huge round of applause for Ms. Iram Raza. The next award is for Leadership in Social Impact, and we would like to welcome Dr. Manal Taryam on the stage to receive her award. Dr. Manal Taryam is the Chief Executive Officer of Primary Health Care Services Sector at Dubai Health Authority and also the CEO Board Member of Noor Dubai Foundation. We would like to request Mr. Raza Jafar to please accept the award on her behalf. The next award is for Leadership in Financial Services, and it's awarded to Ms. Badur Al Tamimi. Unfortunately, she could not join us. May I request Mr. Azim Akhtar from Adia to please collect the award on her behalf. The next award is for the Sportsman of the Decade Award, and I would like to welcome Mr. Shahid Khan Afridi to please come on stage to receive his award. The next award is for leadership in community services. I welcome Dr. Faisal Ikram on stage to please come on stage and receive his award for his contribution in President of Pakistan Association, Dubai. The next award is for leadership in sports and media, and we would like to welcome Mr. Salman Iqbal. Unfortunately, he could not come, so therefore I would request our Karachi Kings captain Imad Wasim to come on stage and receive the award on his behalf. The next award is for leadership in economic impact, and I welcome Mr. Khalid bin Kalban on stage to please come and receive his award. The next award is for leadership in business excellence, and this award is awarded to Mr. Khalaf Al-Habtoor, the chairman of Al-Habtoor Group. Unfortunately, he could not come as well, so I would like to welcome his son, Mr. Ahmed Al-Habtoor, to accept the award on his behalf. And for the last award of the evening, which is the Lifetime Achievement Award, and it's awarded to none other than His Excellency, Mr. Shaukat Aziz. Now I would like to request Ms. Malaha to please come on stage and continue the ceremony.
Thank you very much, Nadia. While we are acknowledging excellence, I think it's about time we acknowledged some people closer to home. So may I request His Highness to give a shield from our side to Kashif Khan, President of People, for his enormous support in putting together this wonderful event. So, and may I request the Dean to come here on stage. May I request the Governor, Sindh, His Excellency Mohammad Zubair, to come on stage, and may I request Shahid Shafiq Saab, Board of Governors, to come on stage. So the first shield goes to Kashif Khan, President People, for helping us with this corporate engagement event and promoting leadership and entrepreneurship. The second shield from the IBA side goes to Mr. Danish Qazi, who's the president of the Alumni UAE chapter based out here. He's a very dynamic, progressive person, and you're already seeing a lot of good things happening ever since he's joined the team. So the second shield goes to Danish Qazi. The third shield is for His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Zubair, Governor Sindh. We are really honored for his presence. He's flown in from Karachi, and we are really, really grateful for his presence as well as his support to the IBA. He's also an alumnus, so a big round of applause for him, please. The next shield is for none other than another brilliant alumnus, His Excellency Mr. Shaukat Aziz, who's a former Prime Minister of Pakistan also. May I request His Excellency to give the shield to Shaukat Aziz Sahab. Shaukat Aziz Sahab also has been very helpful to us He's a great friend of the IBA, and we thank him with the bottom of our hearts. Last but not the least, we'd like to honor His Excellency, the Minister for Tolerance, for coming here, for gracing this occasion by presenting him a shield as well as a small gift from Pakistan. And I'd asked the Dean to give that to the Minister, please. There's a shield as well as a portrait of the Honorable Minister, and it's a very, very ethnic, tribal truck art from Pakistan that will remind him. I hope that it will hang in his office, and it will remind him of his warm friends from Pakistan. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much. And with that, I'll invite Nadia back to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, His Excellency Sheikh Nayan bin Mubarak Al Nayan, to grace our event with your presence.
On economic management or management in general, but today the world is so interconnected that we can't operate the way we used to do years ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to look at education and see how we can improve it. The IBA was set up in 1955, if I remember correctly, in Karachi. And life was so simple then. I was just in school, and the building behind our apartment in Karachi was the IBA hostel. And that is the first time in my life I saw and enjoyed Nescafe, because it was built by the US government, the IBA was, and they sent everything from America, including Nescafe. So we used to go there as kids to play table tennis and to have Nescafe. We didn't know what coffee was, but we thought it's a chocolate drink. So that's how we started. Having said that, when I got older, I used to bump into the students, and they said, you should think of IBA. I told my father, who was an electrical engineer, can I get into the IBA? He said, nonsense. Engineering is the only way. My mother, who was obviously a very influential lady in the house, she said, engineering is not really what you should do. Your father has already done it. My son should be a doctor. So I listened to all my parents and decided I'll neither be a doctor or an engineer. I'll join this college called the IBA. It was after I completed my MBA I completed my MBA that I joined banking. After the MBA degree, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the best things which happened to me. It changed my life. It changed my career. It changed my perspectives of what the world is. Because in the IBA, they have a placement office, which most universities at that time didn't happen. So how did I get into Citibank? One day on the notice board, they said, summers are coming. You cannot go on vacation after 1 year. The second year, there's a gap of 2 months. You all have to do mandatory summer jobs. And my name came in a list for a bank called First National City Bank. So I told my professor who was handling this, I have no interest in banking. To me, bankers are those who wear eye shades, thick glasses, they are doing numbers all day. I have no interest in that. I want more exciting stuff. He said, either you go there or you will pay the price. So I ended up, and my impression of banking was so different than reality that I really felt embarrassed. And one thing led to the other. They said, we did 2 months of internship. They said, if you clear your MBA, come back and we will look at you. So I went back after the MBA and we were hired. We were sent for training to Manila, which was the regional training center. And that's how this career started. Why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this is that the time has come, if we haven't already, to open our minds. You can't be happy just being the chieftain in one city or one country. The world is much bigger than that. So look beyond your immediate neighborhood. Go out, and the best time to do it is when you are young and you can see the world from different angles. So the perspective changes. And I ended up in Citibank. After 30 years in Citi, I was in the management board of the company. There were 15 people in this bank, which was then the largest, but now it is not. And out of these 15 people, you'll be shocked to know that 8 were non-US citizens. All 15 reporting to the chairman and CEO, same person, John Reed. 8 were non-US citizens and 7 were US. The bank really made a lot of effort of hiring people fresh, training them, and taking them up to the levels they reached. So, ladies and gentlemen, there was no quota there, there was no sifarish there. I didn't have to be the nephew of anybody or cousin of anybody. And total merit. That's what I grew in the culture I grew in. Then one day I was sitting in my office in New York, 399 Park Avenue, as member of the committee, the top 15 who ran the bank. And my secretary came into the room and said, "Sir, there's somebody calling from Islamabad or Rawalpindi." She said Islamabad. And the English is not very good of the PA or operator. He says, "Some general wants to talk to you." I said, "General, talk to me? What's going on?" She said, "No, you better take the call." So I took the call. It was General Musharraf. He said, "We haven't met." I said, "Yes, sir, we haven't met." He said, "As you know, I've taken over." I said, "Yes, sir, I saw you on CNN." He said, "We have a real problem with our economy." I said, "I know that too, sir." "How can I help you today?" Typical banking language. No disrespect to anybody. He's a very good human being. So he said, "Look, we want somebody who's different and more global. And we've done our research and we think you are one of those people. We have to meet you. There's no guarantee we'll give you a job." I said, "I'm not looking for a job. I didn't call you. You are calling me, sir." He said, "Yes." So you come over, and me and my colleagues would like to sort of talk to you, interview you, whatever. So I flew to Islamabad and went to see him. The first time I had been to Army House. It was in Rawalpindi where he lived, and he worked there also. And we had a good chat, and there were a couple of other generals in uniform. They were listening. They didn't ask. One or two, General Aziz asked questions, but none of the others. And I said, "Thank you very much. Is there anything?" They said, "Okay, we will come back to you." I said, "Thank you." So I can leave? He said, "Yes, you can leave." So I went back to New York, started my work. 10 days later, the phone rings again. "We have decided to appoint you, if you agree, as the Minister of Finance and Minister of Commerce." I don't know why I said, "Sir, combining these two ministries will not make will not make things easy. The commerce is a full-time job. Finance is double a full-time job." So they said, "This is the first time somebody's getting something and you're saying, give me half the job, not the full job." I said, "Because I want to succeed. And if I have too much on my plate, nothing will happen." So he agreed, and then one thing led to the other. I don't want to tell you what happened. I think it is well recognized in terms of reforms and what we did, and even what we couldn't do, and why. And so the message I'm really trying to give is that for a nation to get ahead, we must look into new avenues of thinking and new people, new approaches. Otherwise, the thing gets stale. It's human nature. So you have to mix and match the people. You have to retread and retrain the people, and then have transparency, integrity, competence, so that if you do well, you will be recognized, and if you don't do well, you will be not recognized. So today, ladies and gentlemen, after 8 years in government, then I became Prime Minister, as you know, and almost lost my life in the process, but that's something which is over now. So after 8 years, I completed my term. I'm back and happy. And I give the most credit in all this, apart from the individual efforts which we made, to the IBA and to the foundations laid in that academic pursuit for 2 years at the IBA. And then I went to courses in many universities. I will not bore you with details because this is not my job application. But the platform was given to me by IBA, and I can never forget that. I can never disown the fact that it was IBA which sowed the seed to get me to where I reached. And to all of you who are now students of business studies, let me just conclude by saying that please don't be disheartened if new things come up. You should be encouraged that tax your professors, put pressure on them to diversify what they teach, explain the why part rather than just memorizing anything. I know IBA doesn't have that problem, but many of our academic institutions do. And then I must say there's also LUMS. Syed Babar Ali should be always mentioned as a person who on his own initiative created what was LUMS and is still there. Now it's a university, I believe. And so all these individual acts, you sow the seed and you get a forest in return of human capital, of human capacity, capability to deal with challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is a country no less than any other country. We have potential, we have resources. Our success or lack of success only rests on us. All of us, and in the whole world, there's the blame game issue, whether it's the West, East, they say this is wrong because somebody did this. Time has come to take it on the chin and address issues and get it going. And you will see that Pakistan, a country of 200 million plus people, a nuclear power, it has a lot of technology, good human beings working around the world, not just in Pakistan, which we should be proud of because they are learning, they are contributing to the UAE economy, they are contributing to wherever they are. This is a price, a reward we get because of what we have invested in. And the last thing, last thing, please always ask the question when you meet a leader or a politician, what is the reform agenda for your government? Don't just say we added this here, one block here, one road here. That's all important, don't get me wrong, infrastructure is key. But what structural reforms are you doing to eliminate, reduce corruption, to build the economy, grow the economy faster, to get the people with more skills, to improve all the many things which we have to improve. And our political leaders are very capable of doing it. But the public also has a duty to ask them, because that will influence behavior. It's a two-way street. Just sitting and blaming everybody won't get us there. Inshallah, Pakistan will succeed. Pakistan Paindabad.
Thank you very much for that very heartwarming speech. Before we move on, I'd like to mention a couple of sponsors and friends who've made this event happen. I'm told that there are more than 350 people in this hall, so thank you all for taking the time out, coming out here. And I'm told that half of them are alumni. So I want to specially thank the IBA alumni fraternity who's come out here. So I think probably applause for all of you. I'd also like to specially thank our sponsors for this event. That includes Salama, National Foods, Citibank, TPL, Bank Al Falah. And I'd like to specially mention a couple of our friends and sponsors who've flown in all the way from Karachi. There's Martin Dow, Akhai Saab is here, and we are very, very grateful. We have OGDCL who are here. We have Pepsi who have flown in. So a special mention and a special thank you to all of you. Now I'd like to call upon stage Dean and Director, IBA, Dr. Farooq Iqbal, to come and say a few words. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Let me start by recognizing His Excellency Mr. Shaukat Aziz, former Prime Minister of Pakistan. I thank him for coming to this event. His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Zubair, Governor of Sindh, and the patron of the IBA. I thank him for, as they say in official language in Pakistan, making it convenient to attend this function. I thank all of you for coming to this event. We were not sure whether this event would be popular. We were not sure how many alumni would show up. We were not sure how many people in addition to alumni would show up. But as I look around the room, I realized that I should not have worried at all, because there is clearly a large number of people here in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, who have IBA in their backgrounds, or who know about the institution in Pakistan, and some of you, of course, might like to know a little bit more. I must also express my gratitude to the IBA Alumni UAE chapter for making this event possible. A good measure of any world-class institution is the collective strength of its alumni, of the people who pass through its halls, go out into the world, make something of their lives, and then at the same time connect with their alma mater in positive and productive ways. It is their spirit, their dedication, their willingness to give back. All of these things matter, especially to us back at the IBA. This event is a reflection of your success, your devotion to the IBA, and also an opportunity to contribute in our transformation. Now, Mr. Shaukat Aziz has extolled the benefits, the virtue, the value of the education he received at the IBA in the past. It was and remains a very fine institution, but I want to take this opportunity of telling you a little bit about the IBA of the present and the IBA we hope will manifest itself, as it were, in the future. And I will talk about three transformations. The first is simply physical. If you had gone to the IBA any time between 1955 and 2010, you would remember only a few buildings, because that's all we had. IBA's facilities were really not at par with its achievements, with the achievements of its students, with the achievements of its faculty. All that has changed. In the last few years, more and more infrastructure has been added, so that if any of you were to come back to the IBA today, you would be amazed at the infrastructure. Just the sight of the place, you would not recognize the campus, how it has been sort of transformed into what really is a modern campus with modern buildings, with up to state-of-the-art technology in every classroom, with multimedia facilities in every classroom, with several auditoriums and laboratories and library facilities everywhere. All of the above, IBA now has the physical infrastructure that is required of a modern university. So we have that. The second transformation that is taking place is an intellectual one. At IBA, we have decided, and again, this is something that started in 2010. Not right now, but we are in the middle of the transformation. We decided that IBA would become a top-class institution known for the quality of its faculty. As a result, we have both expanded the number of faculty and improved the general standard of the faculty, so much so that by now we have 118 full-time faculty, of which 67 hold PhD degrees. The intellectual transformation is also happening in what you might call diversification of the base of education. IBA remains a very good business school, but in addition to being a business school, as His Excellency, the Minister of Tolerance, had mentioned in his speech, IBA has now become more than a business school. We now have departments in areas such as social science and economics and so on and so forth, in part because we believe that even people who seek a business education benefit from being exposed to these diverse fields at the time that they are in college. And also in part because we believe that in and of themselves, various fields like social science, economics, mathematics are definitely needed for the functioning of a modern university. So that's the intellectual transformation that is going on. There's a third area in which IBA is transforming, and that is a social diversification. We have sought actively to transform, change the student composition. We now look for students from all across the country and from all income classes. And we do this in two main ways. First, we have developed a very substantial financial assistance program. Our total enrollment right now is approximately 3,800 students. Of these, 900 students get financial assistance. That's a thank you. We spend 300 million rupees a year, which is 15% of our budget, on financial assistance to students who need it. The idea is very simple. If they can pass the aptitude test to get into IBA and the interviews to get into IBA, we will not let finance be an impediment to their further education. Now, there is another way in which we look for diversification, because sometimes it's very difficult for people who are in remote areas to have access to higher education. So we have developed a talent hunt program where we actually go out and generate awareness of higher education and the IBA in remote cities of the country. We actually send out information dissemination teams to Bannu, to different parts of interior Sindh, to this year we even sent a team to FATA, which was required military clearance and support, but we even sent a team to FATA. Now these folks, once they become aware, they still have to overcome a serious impediment, which is in the schools that they have attended, from the backgrounds that they are coming from, it is very difficult for us to expect that they will immediately be able to pass the IBA aptitude test and get admission. So we spend 2 months in a special remedial program. We call it the orientation program, but this is a special program aimed at these students, which tries to bring them up to date and up to par so that they can take our aptitude test. This has also worked out quite well. It has been difficult to scale up this program because it's very expensive, but at this moment, last year in particular, we were able to accept 40 such students from a total of 200 who took the aptitude test and a total of 500 who applied to get into the orientation program. So this is a difficult program, but this is very necessary if you want a diverse student base. So we are trying to do all of this, and I want to take this opportunity to tell you also, as I've kept mentioning, this transformation began many years ago. And it was started by my predecessor, Dr. Ishrat Hussain. I want to recognize his presence. I want to recognize his presence among us today. He's the one who dreamt up these ideas and implemented part of them. Our job now is to carry these out and take IBA from being merely a good school to, as they say, a great school. Inshallah, we will do that, but we will need help. We will need help because our financial model relies very much on having our own endowment, working off fees, and giving financial assistance. Therefore, we have all of these obligations, and our financial base is very focused on tuition and endowment income. So any support we get in terms of endowment, in terms of contributions to our financial assistance program is very important, and we would appeal to you as alumni, as important corporates in this area, to connect with us on this. We will, of course, be in touch with you as we go forward. So let me stop here. I want to thank you all once again for coming to this event. If you need to know anything more about IBA, please talk to me, talk to anyone else from the IBA team that is here. And I also want to reiterate my gratitude to the group, the alumni who have contributed to this event, and people who have also been active co-sponsors in this event. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Farooq Iqbal. May I now request the alumni representative on the IBA Board of Governors, Mr. Shahid Shafiq Saab, to come here and share a few words. He is the best thing that could have happened to the IBA. He's a great friend of the IBA, and he solves probably 30 to 40 problems a day for us. So over to you, Shahid Saab.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to keep it very short because we've been going through a lot of speech making and thank you everybody for coming. Thank you the alumni, but most importantly, thank you Prime Minister Aziz. Thank you Governor Saab. Thank you Dr. Ishrat Hussain, who has been so instrumental in raising the standards of the IBA. He single-handedly raised about 500 crore rupees for the IBA, which was a major transformation. And we must recognize his effort and recognize his services to the IBA. We also want to welcome the new Dean, Dr. Farooq Iqbal, who is a distinguished scholar who's from Harvard and a PhD from Yale, and the alumni looking forward that the doctor will raise his standards to the best business school in the country and the region, and perhaps in the world in the short run. There are lots of alumni here, some very senior, of course, starting with the Prime Minister, the class of '69, Governor, the class of 1980, IBA board member, Mazhar Nasir Saab, class of '91, Senator Khaja Qutbuddin, class of 1966, Mr. Tahir Khalik, former president of the Karachi Chamber, the class of '72, Mr. Iftikhar Allahwala, class of 1969. I can see so many others, but it's going to take a long time to read all these names. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for gracing this event. And I hope that we can interact with the alumni, and I hope that all of you could play your role in supporting the IBA, supporting us in every possible way, but supporting us with your blessings, supporting us with your expertise. When you come and give a talk to the IBA classroom, the IBA students would love to have you here. Come and communicate with our alumni department. We'll arrange visits for you, and we'll arrange interaction, and we hope that all of you would be a regular feature at the IBA. Thank you, everybody.
Last but not the least, may I now request His Excellency Honorable Governor for Sindh, Mr. Mohammad Zubair. He's not only the Governor for Sindh, but he's also an IBA alumnus, he's our patron, and he is a phone call away whenever we need him. So we are really grateful. He's flown in from Karachi. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mohammad Zubair.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम शौकत अजीज़ साहब प्राइम मिनिस्टर फॉर्मर प्राइम मिनिस्टर पाकिस्तान तमाम हजरात जो यहाँ मौजूद हैं पहले तो शौकत अजीज़ साहब आपको थोड़ा सा तवज्जो चाहता हूँ क्योंकि आपने अपनी कहानी सुनाई थी और चूँकि आपने मैरिड का भी जिक्र किया था तो मैं भी अपनी कहानी सुनाना चाहता हूँ और मैरिड का बताना चाहता हूँ So all those who are trying to get pictures and selfies with Mr. Shaukat Aziz, please spare him for the next 10 minutes or so. It's great to share the same stage as with the former Prime Minister Shaukat Aziz. He's an inspiration. He's one of the great names that IBA has produced, and we are proud of his achievements and contribution towards Pakistan and to the corporate world. शौकत अजीज़ साहब आपको कॉल आई थी जर्नल्स की तरफ से आई हैव नॉट बीन सो लकी कि मुझे कॉल अगर मुझे कभी कॉल आएगी तो वो मेरा ख्याल है बाहर निकालने के लिए होगी अंदर आने के लिए नहीं होगी एंड आई वांट टू शेयर बिकॉज शौकत अजीज़ साहब ने शेयर किया था first of all, I think it's extremely important to look outwards, and especially if you are a graduate of IBA, I think you undergo a major transformation because उससे पहले की जो education है वो बिल्कुल एक standard की तरह की होती है पाकिस्तान में, and you actually don't know whether you are a good, intelligent person or you are a duffer because generally we are shy and we are told always to shut up and not recognize the achievement. But IBA was the first institution where you start blossoming and you start to understand that your achievements are recognized just in terms of the grade IBM. And I was fortunate enough, so 26 years with IBM, and then I left IBM on my own. And I had no intention, like Mr. Shaukat Aziz, had no intention to come to Pakistan and join politics in a way. I had no intention. I had set up something in the media, and I was working for that. And I was asked to make a proposal how the PMLN media strategy should be. And I got a call from the staff of the Chief Minister, present Chief Minister of Punjab, that he wants to see me and he wants to see my proposal at 7:30 in the morning in Lahore. तो मैं उनके पास गया और मैंने वो proposal present किया, and he liked that proposal. This is morning of a certain date in mid-2012, and this was my first meeting with the Chief Minister. I had met no Muslim leaguer. I had never met Mr. नवाज शरीफ और शहबाज शरीफ और anyone. So उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि 12 बजे मियाँ साहब आप आ रहे हैं, आप दोबारा आ सकते हैं. तो मैंने कहा जी मैं आ जाऊँगा. So I went back to his model town residence और मैंने दोबारा जाके उनको presentation की. So first time Mr. Nawaz Sharif and Chaudhry Nisar were there और मैंने presentation की. halfway through नवाज शरीफ साहब ने कहा कि आप कल हमारी पार्टी की मीटिंग है, आप वहाँ आके ये प्रेजेंटेशन कर सकते हैं. It was about how PMLN should manage its media, and because the elections were 6 or 7 months away and they thought they had no media strategy. And I was thinking all along that this is a commercial proposal, and how to bill them, how to charge them, that was on my mind. So the next day I went to Raiwind. I was very excited. I thought कि चलें Raiwind भी देख लेंगे. तो Raiwind गया तो वहाँ सारे सरताज अजीज़ साहब, परवेज़ रशीद, all the big guns of PMLN वहाँ मौजूद थे. I made that presentation. This is now 24 hours after the first presentation. And after the presentation was over, and over a cup of tea, शहबाज शरीफ साहब ने कहा कि ये तो ज़बरदस्त हो गया और अब आप इसको सेट करें पूरा मैंने कहा जी मैं कराची में रहता हूँ, सेट वेट का तो नहीं, मैं तो आपको प्रपोजल दिया, नाउ यू हैव समवन टू हैंडल दिस थिंग। तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि नहीं नहीं जी ये तो बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट है और आपको पता है ये मुल्क का कितना फ़ायदा होगा, और मुल्क का क्या, ये तो आपको आखिरत में भी फ़ायदा पहुंचाएगा। मैं आखिरत कहाँ से आ गई? कह रहे अगर आप ये करेंगे, आप व्हाई डोंट यू जॉइन द पार्टी? आई सेड जॉइन द पार्टी? I said, I had no intention. And let me discuss. I mean, this is a big decision, what you are asking me, what you are proposing. Let me discuss with my family and others. So he said कि he knew मुनीर कमाल. तो उसने कहा मुनीर कमाल से बात करेंगे. मैंने कहा मुनीर कमाल से भी बात करेंगे, फ़ोन लें और कर लें. मैंने कहा जी not like that. So obviously, like every other issue in my life, I had to ask my wife and discuss with her, because she was based in Karachi and this required me to be based in Lahore, at least for the next 7, 8, 9 months. But I took the decision in the next 10 minutes, as I have always done. And I said, okay, I will join, but I have one request. My background is finance and economy, I have my interest. So I will do this, but give me something related to finance and economy. And I had to stay back for a meeting the following day. Now, after 48 hours of arriving and meeting Mr. Shehbaz Sharif for the first time, I was asked to make the economic plan for the party, which was supposedly the largest party and which everyone thought is going to win the elections. And I thought, me making the economic and tax reform plan? He said, of course you, because you have been so critical about our draft, which I had shared with you, now you make the plan. तो मैंने कहा कि अच्छा जी ठीक है. And here I was, my whole life changed over a period of 48 hours. Now I represent the largest political party. Not only the media strategy I have to make and implement, and also the economic and tax reform plan. So over the next few weeks, I worked very hard. And one night, late night, I was working on the economic plan. और मेरे सामने PTI का economic plan पड़ा था. और मैं उससे काफ़ी चीज़ें देख के अपने उस पर कर, तो my wife looked at me, he said, तुम कॉपी कर रहे हो economic plan PTI का? I said, I mean, what's wrong? If there is something good there, तो मुझे problem क्या है? And in any case, anyways, so here I was, and let me share, Mr. Shaukat Aziz, that was pure merit on which I was offered this, because I didn't belong to the Kashmiri clan. I have never lived in Lahore. I did not belong to the business community, and completely different background, corporate world, and so on and so forth. Only once I had met Mr. Shehbaz Sharif in 2004 along with Asad Umar. In fact, Asad introduced me to him. So that was all. And whatever I got later, first position was, and then after I had prepared the economic plan, I mean, another surprise that came, and the reason that I'm sharing all of this is that if you come from an educational institution like IBA, that gives you the kind of confidence to do about anything. That's the basic thing. And that is what I had, this was helping me. And one day after I came back, after completing the economic plan and managing the media strategy and so on, I got a call from Lahore, from Mian Nawaz Sharif, that we have to put up an election cell, and we'd like you to head that election cell. And here I was, I didn't even know how election is run, but I did become part of the core team of the election cell, and fortunately we won. Unfortunately, it was disputed by some people in Pakistan, but fortunately, the Supreme Court of Pakistan held that the elections were indeed fair and free and transparent, at least in terms of the overall mandate of the people. PMLN deserved that victory. So thank you very much, IBA, first of all, for giving me that confidence. Shaukat Aziz Saab mentioned kiya tha LUMS, and someone was asking me why LUMS is not as good as IBA. And I said, after a long thought, IBA ka jo bachcha hai, that is basically street smart, more than anything else. And that is the difference between the IBA graduate and the LAMS graduate. But there are several other institutions which are coming up now, which are outstanding. Habib University is one. Probably some of you must have heard about it. And it's going to be a challenge for IBA. Many thanks to many people who have invited me here. But when we talk about IBA and its modern infrastructure, I think Dr. Ishrat deserves a huge applause for what he has done. और शौकत अजीज़ साहब अगर आप आएँ कराची जब भी आएंगे and when I went after several years to IBA recently last year after I became governor, it is a completely different. It is as good in terms of its outlook, in terms of its infrastructure as any university anywhere in the world. So I think that's the quality that has been put up by Dr. Ishrat and now Dr. Farooq doing a great job to transform IBA to a next level of educational institution. So thank you once again for everyone who invited me here. I'm missing our Karachi King's friends who were here and I thought they would be here to allow us to meet them, the great Shahid Afridi and others. But they have gone back and hopefully wish them the very best as far as cricket is concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Mr. Mohammad Zubair, Governor Sindh of Pakistan, for engaging the audience with your wonderful thoughts and views. Just the last bit, moving on. I would like to present the first global peace journey video from Balochistan to United Nations, presented by Mr. Samar Raza.
Ladies and gentlemen, all that remains is dinner. However, I would request a group photo because we have a number of people here that I'd like to request to come on stage. The people team, Kashif's team, the board members, Governor Saab, Shaukat Aziz Saab, may I request you to come here for a group photo before we break for dinner. And ladies and gentlemen, for everybody else, dinner is served. Thank you very much. On behalf of IBA, on behalf of the Alumni and Placement Society, PAD and Kashif's team people, may I thank everybody for taking time out and coming here. Please watch the cable. And we are extremely grateful to the board members who've flown in specially from Karachi to be here. Especially honored that Dr. Ishrat Hussain is here. Dr. Saab, may I request you to please come on stage for this picture. People's team, Waleed, Fahad, Wajia, all of you can come here. Kashif, we are missing you. Sorry. Yeah. So we can have a big picture. Fahad, Danish, may I request you and your team to come here on stage? Are you here already? Okay. 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 We can have one group photo of everybody, and then we'd like one picture with the IBA team and the governor with our society students. I'd especially like to acknowledge the hard work that these students have put in under Jami Saab's leadership, Safi and his team. So Governor Saab, अगर आप रुके रहें तो हम society के बच्चों के साथ एक तस्वीर खिंचवाएंगे. Zubair Saab, may I request Shaukat Aziz Saab, please stay on. Society boys, quickly come here, girls and boys. May I request Jami Saab's entire team to come here for a group picture? All of the students, please come quickly on stage. I hope nobody's missing. Iraj? All the Arsalans. Where is Arsalan number 5? Is he here? Haris is here. Is Arsalan here or not?